Yes.
How was New York?
It was good. How was Paris?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I mean, we got a couple of meetings in, and then we managed to fill it with a bit of sightseeing as well, because Georgia had never been. So I was showing her the ropes.
Got a couple of founders coming in. We've had one just cancel, which is a little bit annoying. Means you're here with no one to film. A couple of Berlin founders got on the phone today, but then also sorting out Found London. So I've got a call with a couple of videography companies that can do all the stages. But she was asking us to do all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, fine. And at the end I was like, so what can we do to get the founder network to benefit out of this as well then? And she was so taken aback, like she was actually stumped for words, like couldn't speak. And I was like, in what world do you just expected us to do all this for free? And I'm like, it's not even necessarily payment, but what can we get in terms of exposure and whatever else? And she's like, I just don't know. It's 6 a.m. there. Mel, should we have a quick catch up in a few minutes?
I can't emphasize how much I enjoy what I'm actually doing.
Oh, that's good.
In the sense that I know I'm very creative, so I feel like I'm being challenged and I'm using the tools and stuff that I'm familiar with.
So TFM means we got a ton of them, but it's more just you making use of them. But I think like what we should be doing, so like Twilio for instance, where you've cut up all that content and you've got 5, 6, 10, however many pieces of content out of it, then let's just plot that over the next 6 months or whatever.
Okay.
What do you think about, I'm debating in my head at the minute, founders keepers?
It's worth doing.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe we need to switch and make it more about the founder side, which probably should be anyway. But
I feel like that would probably be a lot easier, and I feel like they'll probably interact a lot more.
So when are you sending Will back?
I don't know, I need to chat to Will today.
Yeah. Oh, is that
That's what we were talking about when you came over. So we need to figure out a couple of things. One, I'm also struggling with founders keepers a little bit. Like, you'll know this, just how difficult it is to film in a lot of locations. Difficult it is that a lot of the bigger brands we work with can't say stuff publicly. And then the other bit is, no matter how often we have you guys around, you and Giuseppe, like, you just can't catch everything. Like, so much happens in the middle of the night, or on email, or on text, or so I need to have a bit of a chat with Giuseppe this afternoon too about just how we structure the content a bit more and see if we can find a way to make it work a bit better.
Yeah. Do you think it's important or worth thinking about giving stuff like tension and almost storyline? For example, you're putting on Found London, right? And that's something that maybe we should work on emphasizing more of. Yeah, because then it's almost like there's a storyline of.
The thing that really does work about doing founders keepers is it means you guys are around to do interviews and things, which is almost worth it on its own. So it's almost like founders keepers become like a real bonus. So
yeah,
in my head that works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tash, where are we going?
We're going to Tesco to do prep.
Riding. Okay.
Money. I need to save. Tesco.
In New York, we went into bread, and they had sandwiches for like $11.
What?
Which means even if you convert it, you're still overpaying.
Still like £8, right?
Oh my goodness.
I've got a Zoom meeting, then a phone call, then a bit of and I've got the founder coming in. So I thought we could get going with setting up. Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, and thanks for jumping on with me today. So effectively, we are now looking for the right production company to come on board and help us with that.
Okay, cool. So I had a quick look at the founding network and various bits of stuff you've done. And you've got quite a lot of video content going on already, haven't you?
One of the things we're really interested in is just having the high quality full talks of each speaker as well. So
Right,
that
okay.
almost similar to what you did for the Marketing Society, but I always compare it to sort of the TED style talks, that sort of
Yes.
finish. Obviously for us the main stage is where the bigger speakers are going to be, which is why I mentioned it'd be great if we could have a static camera and then actually a mobile camera as well, an operator camera as well. But on the smaller stages, I think just
Would you see that's the kind of main thing you're looking to get out of it, is the kind of the plenary sessions, if you like, but edited well and looking really nice.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's answered all my questions. I think it sounds, eminently doable. I'll go to put a quote together and get it back to you.
perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to go through all this stuff. Have a good weekend, and
You
we'll
too.
catch up next week.
Catch up soon. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Hey mate,
Hey man,
how are we?
I'm good, I'm tired.
Why are you tired? What's up with you?
6:30, going to the shoot, came all the way here.
So I've been chatting to I chatted to Rob a little bit too about just founders keepers generally. But like there's certain elements that I just can't get to work. Because I was saying to Rob as well, like the final product is so good. Like it's so well put together and looks good and is good. There's a couple of things we could do. We could just like a lot of it is being focused on the big brand side, and there's a lot of founder stuff that we're not filming. Like maybe we just focus it more on the founder side.
I'll be straight up, like, we can just be here filming as much as we want, but if we don't push it,
And by push it, do you mean just like us lot putting it out on social, or do you mean like paid advertising?
paid advertising.
Yeah.
But like, there's other ways as well, like just blogs and stuff like that to talk about. But just other finding creative ways to do so, right? Creative strategies, because we've established that just putting money into Facebook and Google and whatever you're putting in Instagram doesn't necessarily always get the result done, right?
So the advertisement that's been done, I don't think they've done much on Founders Keepers. I know we keep saying that we definitely need more to camera stuff. So almost just like explain what's going on or what the latest thought is, or because at the minute, and I guess it's probably what you're getting at, it's a lot of like just chasing us down the street, and then like suddenly we're in a room talking to someone, it's not like just nothing linking it.
And in my opinion, what we've done in the past 18 episodes, it's for me your biggest advertisement of the company. It's a big ass ad.
Well, that's why we're doing it. That's the whole point. That's it. I mean, the one thing for us that, for me, like justifies the whole thing, and like even if it wasn't really, even if it didn't change, I'd be like, all right, it's still probably worth it. Is if we can do like the interviews like we did in New York, like, and obviously you're there for the breakfast. So to me, I can kind of justify the whole thing because we're capturing all that anyways. But like, I just need to make sure you guys.
As of right now, it's okay.
Yeah, because I think Founders Keepers, as you say, when we agreed it was going to be pretty much a full thing. So I guess it's kind of replacing some of that with
the content, the interviews. You might have a talk with the 18-year-old from.
I want to find out how he heard about us or saw us. Hey, hello. Hey, is that man? Still over the place.
Hi.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Sorry, it was my settings. I just had to take off that already.
Yeah, no worries, and thanks for reaching out. How did you come across me or the Founder Network?
To be honest, I went onto LinkedIn and I wanted to find some people who are like actually founders of their own company.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I aspire to do one day. So I thought that if I reach out to a few people that have done it themselves, maybe I can find out different ways of going about it myself.
Yeah, you had much luck getting through to people?
Not really, to be honest. Some people said that, like, they'd say one thing and then they don't really reply afterwards.
Yeah.
I think they're really busy though, so it's fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's a numbers game with a lot of these things. You just got to get through to them. So tell me what you've sort of mentioned a little bit on LinkedIn, but tell me what you're looking to do.
So basically, at the moment, because I'm just studying business, BTech in business, and I'll be finishing that this year now in summer. And my original
But you wanted to run your own business, right?
Yeah, one day hopefully.
Yeah. I think basically you've got to figure out just gain exposure to as much as you can, right? And you've kind of mentioned it by getting a job. I mean, doing the course is another way to that, although it's broad. If you don't know what you want to do right now, maybe broad is what you need, so you can try a whole bunch of things. I guess the issue is if you end up going into one particular field and you're not sure if you want that field or not, you can only say yes or no to that one thing. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the other thing to look at is like doing what you're doing, just reaching out to people on LinkedIn. Like coming to me, it's not overly ideal since we're in London, but if you really focus your search on people close to you, so in and around Manchester, in fields that you know you're interested in, like this will work. It is just a numbers game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to carry on doing it. So how did you actually go about founding your own company yourself then? So
I'd started a ton of companies when I was, how old are you, 18 is it, you say? Yeah, like I was starting businesses at 18, I went to uni and was running businesses through that, and again, that is something that I would just suggest, like the biggest bit of experience, even if you go on to get another job or whatever you do, is like just start something, like whatever you love doing, start selling them.
Thank you for giving me your time today.
Yeah, of course. As I say, just start doing this stuff. Just start doing stuff. Not everything's going to work out, but just give it a go. See what happens. Hi guys.
Hello.
Kusha.
Hey Kusha, how are you? Good. Nice to meet you.
Are we filming for the day?
Oh, fantastic.
Hi.
Kusha, it's nice to meet you. And this is James.
James.
Nice to meet you. Nice
Yeah, you as well.
My name is Kusha Kave, co-founder and CEO of Imperium Drive. We are launching a personal door-to-door mobility service that is as convenient as a ride-hailing or a taxi, but at half the cost. And it's driverless. We're launching the world's first driverless car rental service.
I know this has probably become normalized to you, but this is nuts. What are the regulations around driverless cars, and where do you see that going over the next 10 years?
Yeah, so UK, amongst many of its European peers and internationally, has been actually quite open, made a lot of progress from a regulatory perspective to allow the trial testing of driverless, autonomous, automated mobility over the past few years. The government have been really active in pushing and promoting developments in this scene. So we've been lucky to be in the UK and benefit from that. We are working with all the stakeholders in the government.
Given what you said, if you could take this company as far as you can possibly dream, as a founder, what does that mean to you? What would that mean to you if you get to that point?
So, I've obviously put, the last 3.5 years of my life into this company, and essentially, it's, I've been breathing remote driving and driverless technology for the past 3 years. So it means a lot to me and my co-founders. We would like to take this company and essentially go head-to-head with the large fleet operators of the world. It is a very, very demanding lifestyle because you have to dedicate, you can essentially, you cannot make plans for your, next summer holiday from now on because you never know how much work you're going to be involved in at that time. So it has turned me to more of a more flexible, more spontaneous person as a personality. But because I have a much higher goal and objective with this company, that is perfectly fine with me. I've come to terms with it.
I think it's very important to be able to track why people are attending. So if a partner asks, but I think it is important to have the answers if people are asking, partners are asking.
I thought I was going to make it into Paris.
I'm sure.
See ya.
See you next week.
Got a hard cut paper.